live. We got a great episode for everyone today. Got a special guest, as always. My sidekick Max is going to be with us. We got some baits from Alex Rudd that we're going to talk about. We might even give away a few things because, once again, my girlfriend, she came into my office this week and there goes my dog. Anyways, so she came in my office this week and she looked at me and just kind of shook her head and was like, it's time to clean out the place. And I know, right? Like I work for a company in the fishing industry. It would make sense that I have a lot of fishing tackle lying around, but as they say, for anyone out there that has a girlfriend, a wife, or significant other, happy wife, happy life. So I don't really get to make the decisions that I think that I should be making. I make the ones that are in the best interest for my long-term mental capacity. So to all of you that are taking time to watch the show today, I want to say thank you very much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that we can make sure we keep you up to date with all things having to do with Monsterbass. So let's not waste any more time. Let's bring in Max and see what he's up to today. Max, how you doing, buddy?
What's up?
Max, bro.
Call me Ralphie.
Ralphie. You're going to shoot your eye out, Ralphie. Max,
Oh, yeah.
Sit down, buddy. This is our holiday show, and I do love the
Gotta be holidays.
the dedication that you're taking. I mean, last week you showed up dressed in a suit and a tie because I asked you to take it a little more seriously, and this week you've got you got a little festive spirit going on. How's it going, man?
Gotta stay dedicated, man. I'm doing good. It is currently 7:04.
Yeah.
I had a very rough day in school, but
Tell me about it. Why was it rough, Max?
it's just very hard doing online school, but I mean, like gym, we literally have to throw things at a box.
Wait a minute. So you're basically playing like Nerf hoops with the box, and that's what qualifies as gym?
Pretty much.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
And my teacher counted me absent for Tuesday because I forgot to do the attendance.
Wait a minute. Your job is to do the attendance?
Yeah, because now they send some Google form and you have to fill it out to be applied present. So whatever.
Sorry to hear that.
Stuff happens, I guess, right?
Yeah. What? So how else do you go about getting? The challenge that you're faced with right now, Matt, is nothing that every other kid across the country isn't faced with, right? You go to school, it's Zoom. So how else do you get physical activity? How do you Are you spending more time fishing, getting out, or what are you doing?
Yeah, you gotta balance it. So you gotta stay active, go on bike rides, get out, go fishing.
Cool.
So.
All right. Well, Max, we got a heck of a show today. It's the last one before the end of the new year.
I'm in a bunny costume.
You are in a bunny costume, so all right. You don't need to play with the ears. I see them. All right. Well, Max, buddy, why don't you? Wait a minute. What band is that?
Grateful Dead.
Oh, look at you! You even remembered. All right, good. So far, Max, you got an A+. All right, Max, we got a special guest today. So
I heard.
Yeah, so I decided to mix it up a little bit. Pretty much every guest that we've had on the show is been someone that's been on the team, and I decided this week to mix it up and go with someone that I didn't even know. As you know, I try to spend as much time as I can responding to comments and things like that. And there was a few comments on some YouTube videos, and this person actually got back to me, and I thought it was really great that I took the time to respond. They took the time to respond. And I was like, hey, want to be on the show? And he said yes. So what do you say we welcome my next guest? My next guest is as a YouTube channel. You might know him from No Redemption Outdoors. Let's welcome to the show Tony Bayshore. Tony, how are you?
Hey, guys.
How's it going?
How are you?
We're good.
I'm very honored to be on today.
Thank you. What part of the country are you in?
I'm in Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. What part of Michigan?
Metro Detroit. So this morning I came out to about a half inch of frost.
Mm.
So that's Michigan.
Yeah. So what does that do for the fishing up in Michigan these days?
Well, it slows it down. I mean, right now the ice is starting to come in, so everybody's kind of in limbo, really waiting for that. A few diehards get out,
Sure.
but it's really cold, and you might need an icebreaker when you're out there. So
What's your home body of water? What do you fish typically the most?
mostly in lakes. Now, normally I would be fishing rivers up north, but this year with the COVID, we didn't get to go.
Yeah.
I usually spend a month every year up north, but this year we've had to stick with just the local lakes. And we really didn't get out much this year. This has really been a bad year for, trying to get out.
Primarily due to COVID, though?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, initially in the spring, we weren't even allowed to take our boats. And then even after we were, this caused such a disruption at my job. So then I ended up busy all summer, and it just ended up being just kind of a lousy year for fishing.
That's right. Didn't you had the state where the governor shut down the boat ramps, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. We couldn't even take kayaks with electric motors.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that's like crazy.
Right, because 30 people are out on one boat. So I mean, talk about like the best social distancing sport, and they turned that.
Yeah.
They found a way to screw that one up.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. So tell us a little bit about your channel. So it's No Redemption Outdoors. How'd you come up with the name? Is there a meaning behind it? And what? Tell us about it.
I started it just about a year ago, just to have fun. And I'm getting back into the sport of fishing real hard in the last few years. I grew up fishing. My grandfather taught me, but then life happens. You go to college, you get married, and then the years go by. And recently, in the last few years, I decided to pick it back up again. And so I started this channel about a year ago, just to have fun.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit of a goof, and sometimes not on purpose, and sometimes that comes through. So I just like to have fun with it. I love the the exchange I have with some of the viewers. Yeah. That's actually some of the most rewarding part of it. So
that's great. So you're not unlike a lot of other guys that have that do unboxings, and lots of them every single month. How much? I mean, I look at it and I say to myself, that's a lot of money on subscription boxes. How much do you figure you spend? Like,
oh man, I don't even know if I want to say, Rick. My wife might be watching. It's probably a couple $100. I'd say.
My God! Now, do you look for a promo code every time, or are you like literally?
Well, you only get that one time through, right? So usually you burn that off on your first box.
I apologize. So my good friend Dante just rolled into town, and now Dante's messing with the dog. Bauer, come here.
So rude.
Oh. Way to go, Dante.
God damn it, Bauer.
We're live streaming and you're interrupting. It must be the haircut. Anyway, so yeah, $200 a month. That's a lot of coin
it adds up.
Unboxings. Let me ask you a question. I always said to myself, if I was doing this, I wouldn't pay for a single box. Because here's the thing. I was talking to one of the smaller competitors in the marketplace. Called me up and said, listen, I need some help. I'm supposed to ship my boxes in like 5 days, and I don't have product. And it's not the one that you talked about in your video. It's a different one, oddly enough. And he asked me for a handful of eights. I guess since we're not going to name it, he only sells 100 boxes, okay? And he called me up and asked me for the baits, and I said, sure, no problem, I'll send you the baits. And we started talking about business, and he talked about it. He's like, this is my part-time gig, and he says I spend no money on marketing. I said, so how do you grow? And he's like, all the guys that do the unboxings, and it's just something I keep thinking about. Like, you guys pay money to buy our boxes and then do the advertising for us that normally we would have to pay for. So
and we have a great time doing it.
you have a great time doing it, but you're spending a couple $100 a month. But and I keep thinking, like, I guarantee, like, if I were in your shoes, I'd be like, give me a free box. And
Well, I know that happens. I have never tried that.
yeah, because I know that if he called me up, I'm looking at Rafi. Rafi's looking at me and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm giving away free boxes here. I'm trying to save him $200. He's a guest on my show. I don't want his wife to get mad at him because he's spending $200. Then again,
I'm hoping to eventually grow to the size where, that's feasible. I'm only like 600, 700 subscribers. So
that's great.
yeah, it is. It's a lot more than I ever expected I would have. And I'm actually amazed that there's that many people interested, but still my voice is a little small compared to some of the others. So I haven't really given any thought, but you may have given me an idea.
Yeah, good. Well, listen, I've always said, when I started at Lucky Tackle Box way back then, and for those that are watching, I'm sure you all know by now, we're not going to spend too much time on it. I started Lucky Tackle Box then, left a long time ago. But when I started, I reached out to literally Andrew Flair when he had under 10,000 people, Rob Turkla under 10,000 people. And I've always said, it doesn't matter how big you are. It's all about I love the personality. Like Jeff Burley at Burley Fishing, he had this tiny following, and I was just like, I love the way he communicates, and he seems personable and seems like someone I would love to go fishing with. Sign him up. So I don't think it's necessarily having to have the biggest audience. I mean, of course, that's how you get lots of free stuff and get paid and all that other stuff. But I'm all about hanging with great people that just love the sport. And, for me, that was always the coolest thing when I got into the outdoor industry, because I came from high tech. And the first thing I noticed when I went to my very first trade show in the outdoor space, I was like, wow, these are the nicest people. They're so friendly and they're genuine. And even if you're a competitor, if I was in high tech and my competitor wanted something, I'd be like, you're out of your mind. Not a chance. But here, if a competitor calls me up and asks me for something, I'm going to probably help them. So it's been pretty interesting. So for in general, again, for those that are watching for the first time and may or may not have ever been to your channel, what kind of videos do you typically make on there, and what kind of?
Well, these days it's been mostly unboxings. It wasn't the original intent, but again, we didn't get out as much this year as we wanted, because I wanted to do a lot of vlogging on the boat and on the bank when we're fishing. But it's mainly been the unboxings just because of circumstance.
Sure.
And I try not to be boring. I try to make it interesting, but there's only so much you can do. And especially since I'm not a real technical guy when it comes to the baits, I'm not the guy who can give you all the details and the specifics about how they're made or what, makes them work. I'm the guy who, they always say there are some baits that are meant to catch fish and some that are meant to catch anglers. And I think I get everyone that's meant to catch the angler, but that's part of the fun of it. That's why I buy so many.
Yeah.
I probably buy that many baits every month anyway.
Really?
So probably. At least for a little while.
It's funny. I was a guest on someone's podcast. Anna, you're not leaving, are you?
Yes.
When? Okay. Can we get back to this for just a second, Tony? So something that we like to do, we like to bring Anna on every episode, and she teaches us a little bit of Spanish. So we're gonna have Anna.
Okay.
Time to learn some
Yeah, come on, Anna.
Espanol.
Yeah, Anna. This is really good wine. You should try it.
Okay.
Okay. Sure, I'll give you guys the. Here, you can take that. All right, Anna, scoot on over.
Okay.
All right, so can we bring Tony back on?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, let's have Tony learn some Spanish with us. So Tony, this is Anna. Anna takes.
Hi, Anna.
Hi.
Anna takes care of my house. She takes care of my kids, and she's an important part of my life. And I don't speak a word of Spanish. In fact, the only Spanish I know are the bad words that I learned and in college, and of course the stuff that Anna's taught us. And I think over the past few weeks, she's taught us how to order pizzas, get beers, get rid of the girls, because sometimes My daughters are driving me crazy. What we learned something today. It's El Salvadorian.
Yeah, because I am Salvadorian, but I think too many Mexico, maybe Guatemala, something
And
Spanish.
all right, tell us the word. Yeah, say it.
Okay. Um, I forgot the word.
Serumba.
Ah,
Serumba.
ajá.
Well, you have to say it.
Yeah. Sirumba quiere, they want to tell tan,
So if we're trying to say that somebody's acting in a crazy, funny, maybe a bad way, we say sarumba.
yeah, but it's not exactly bad word. It's only when somebody is hyper
Yeah.
or drinking something and
So
make so many.
like me. All right.
Not exactly,
All right.
but
Cheers. So
yeah.
sarumba.
Sirumba.
There you go. So maybe you'll come across someone in your line of business that's acting like they're being sarumba.
Sirumba.
And there we know.
Mhm.
All right, Anna, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
bye,
you so
Anna.
much. Bye.
Maxie, you're definitely sarumba.
I am. I
Yeah.
definitely am.
Especially in that bunny suit. Hey,
Definitely.
Max, last question before we get back to Tony. Is your mom home
Alright.
today?
She's not. They give me privacy every single podcast now.
Are
These
they
are my
are they at the
friends.
neighbors?
No, they're at my mom's best friend's house.
How far away?
5-10 minutes.
Like hopping or running?
Like driving.
All right.
Definitely couldn't hop there in
All right,
like an
forget it.
hour.
Okay. So anyway, so Tony, as I was mentioning before, I was a guest on this podcast, and I was talking, and like I'm always fascinated with people that literally have like this collection of baits, because I always wonder, like, I'm in the fishing industry. The last time I went out fishing was the end of September, and that was for tuna. I don't get bass fishing a lot because I don't get out bass fishing a lot just because it is quite a drive, and I need, because I'm committed to work, I really need someone to kind of force my hand and say, all right, we're going fishing. And so, but I was a guest on this one show, and I don't know if you follow this page, Max, maybe you do Tacklecraft with a K. This guy has in his basement a fishing lure. Hello, puppy. A fishing lure collection that's over $100,000 deep and goes back years. And of course, my first question to the man was, "Are you single?" Because you got to have a pretty patient partner, an understanding partner to allow you to fill your basement. Because that to me sounds borderline hoarding. But hey, I'm not a big collector like that. So, but where do you put all your baits? Like, do you really store them all, or do you give a bunch of them away?
Well, I've been giving a bunch of them away. I do a weekly, every Saturday morning giveaway,
Okay.
and I grab one bait out of a bag that I have. But most of the baits I actually do have in my tackle boxes, or I may hang them up if there's some extras that I have and that I want to hang on to them. But at some point, space will become an issue. There's no question. My boat is full. There's literally no more room.
Oh, right on. Max,
That's a lot of lures.
a lot of lures. It's probably more than you, especially given I know what your allowance is and how much you get to spend each month, and gives you something to shoot for. Max, you got any questions so far?
I do. I wanted to ask him, what is his favorite lure?
And
Oh, it's got to be a Rapala. I grew up on the Rapalas, the little
Okay.
jerk baits.
And there's a part 2 to the question. What is your favorite lure that you've gotten out of a box?
What's that?
What is like a favorite lure that you've gotten out of a box?
Probably Whopper Plopper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
yeah, little known fact, Maxie. The Whopper Ploppers appeared in one box to date. It was I don't know if it's wrong if I say, whatever. Yeah, the Whopper Ploppers only appeared in one box to date. And the only way you're ever going to get it again is in an overstock situation. So I'm going to throw the question to you, Max. If I could get Whopper Ploppers, but it was an overstock or discontinued color, do you think it would be a good thing to put in the box, or does that go against everything that I say?
I think it would be a great thing to put in the box.
So you think it's an
Because
exception, like an asterisk, and it's an okay one?
I think give it a check.
Okay. What do you think about that, Tony? You think it's
I agree. You know, this idea about colors that are discontinued, I don't know if I ever would know the difference, to be honest with you. And I don't know if the fish know the difference, and that's what matters to me. So Whopper Ploppers work. I don't think it matters what color they are if they're discontinued colors. I always appreciate having them.
Yeah, I'm going to ask everyone out there that's watching here today. Why don't you comment down below? Do you guys have an issue? If I were to say we're going to put baits in the box, but you know what? A bunch of them might be overstock or discontinued. Would that be a concern for you, and why? No judgment. Just curious to know what your opinion is. Max, what's your next question?
What is like the biggest / your favorite fight of a fish?
Oh, northern pike.
Oof.
I am a northern pike fisherman. I love it. I do a lot of bass fishing, but my heart is with northern pike. And that's, again, going back to my roots going into the UP of Michigan and fishing the rivers up there.
Now, what's your PB northern pike?
Oh, probably, I don't know, about 40 inches.
That's a big fish.
Yeah.
The muskies up there run a lot bigger. I've not caught one of those.
I had the opportunity to fish on a TV show up on St. Clair, and I caught a 48 or 52? 48 or 52, I don't remember, muskie. And I tell you, those fish, it was interesting. We spent one day trolling, one day casting, and it's a really interesting species to target. Like the whole thing, I don't know if pike are the same way, but you get it up to the boat, and you got to do that figure 8 thing, and
not so much with the pike, but the muskies for sure.
Yeah, that was really interesting. You just mentioned the Upper Peninsula. It's supposed to be like beautiful up there. Like,
oh yeah.
I've talked with people about spending some time up there in the summer. In Ontario they go up, New York, we go up north a little bit into Ontario for cottage country. And I remember watching a show. I can't remember what it was, but the Upper Peninsula is supposed to be just magical.
It's spectacular.
Yeah.
It's absolutely spectacular, especially in the fall, which is when I love to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the fishing up there is just, it's world renowned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it up there. But, the season's short. Winter's long up there. And
sure.
You got to be a hardy soul.
Fair enough. So I had another question, not the one that Dante wants me to ask, because Dante wants to ask about a pike recipe, but I don't believe that people are eating pike. No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
That's great eating.
Hold on.
You eat it?
Bucket, Rick.
Oh, all right. So you can really eat pike?
Oh yeah, it's great eating. Now there's a Y bone in there, so it's a little tricky to fillet them, but they're great.
Wow. I actually did not know they were even like edible.
Yeah, they're fantastic actually.
So, all right, let's go back to someone asked me to ask you a question about the losing your camera in the tunnel.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about that?
Well, that was one of the rare times we were able to get out this year, and I have camera mounts on the boat, and so we were going through these tunnels to get from one lake to the next, and I had forgotten about the camera, and as we were going through the tunnel, it hit the top of the tunnel, knocked it over. Didn't damage it, luckily, but it surprised us.
Was it like a GoPro or was it like a real camera?
Yeah, it was a GoPro. GoPro on a I forget to call it, but the big power rod that fits in the power outlet on your boat, Yolatech. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Max, any other questions?
Yes.
Oh.
What do you think makes Monsterbass different from its competitors? Since you open all those boxes and different perspectives.
Well, I mean, and I've gotten just about all of them, and Monster Bass is consistently bringing, good quality name brand baits. I know that this year, Rick, you've had some of the smaller companies you've been introducing into the box. I do like that, and I do like the Monster Bass brand of baits as well. I actually do like those. So those are the things I like about this box. I mean, the consistency. And no box is perfect month in, month out. But again, on whole, you guys bring it every month.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, I think 2019's has presented challenges, and when we first started, it was all about we want to have the best brands, best baits, and we want to try and make it regional. And the challenge with making it regional is, I'm sure right? Even if I talk about two different lakes in Michigan, right? The conditions are going to be different, and it's impossible for me to get it 100% accurate. But, we're going to make an attempt, right? We're going to do our best to work with our team and select baits that we think are appropriate for the region of the country that you're living in and for the time, right? My goal is during whatever region you're in, when it's during the spawn, we're going to do our best to send you baits that are specific for that time of year. We're not going to send deep diving crankbaits to Florida, things like that. This year we did introduce our support for one small business a month, and I felt it was appropriate given all that was going on. As a guy in the industry, it's interesting because you hear about a lot more than I think a regular consumer would, but because there are newsletters specific to the industry, and we'll hear things from bait company ABC closing their doors and going out of business because of COVID, right? And so I think it was important for us to make sure that we did our best to support one a month, but still remaining true to, we got to make sure that we stick to the brands that have gotten us in the box. And I think the other.
Well, I respect that a lot because, small companies right now are struggling. So that is, I think, commendable that you're doing that. I know some folks don't particularly like it, but I understand the reasons behind it. And by the way, when you introduce us to those baits, they eventually could go on to be name brands that we all know and love.
Sure.
And you introduced it. I mean, every brand at one point starts out as an unknown.
Yeah, that's really true. And so when I started the company, I also have someone on my board from Pradco, and most consumers don't know Pradco is one of the big conglomerates in the industry that has Booyah, Yum, Rebel, and some of these others. And one of the things that he did was he sat down and he schooled me on the regional loyalty of specific brands. And he went through everything from, Strike King started here and then moved there, and Rebel has really a stronghold up here, and like Rapala, up in the north, and he did so because he wanted to make sure that I understood that, if I send Rebel, we'll just use that because I remember that was an example he gave me. He goes, if I send Rebel to everyone in the country, there's going to be a good portion of the people that are going to be like, garbage, I don't want it. Or Cotton Cordell, they're going to be like Walmart brand. But if I send it to a different region, they're going to love it because they grew up on this brand and they have an affinity for it because their fathers threw it, they threw it. And so you want to take those things into consideration when you're thinking about the different baits and the brands and the boxes. So it's really an interesting thing.
Well, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and I don't think that as a consumer we appreciate all that goes into it, and especially right now. I mean, you've been handed a number of variables that I don't think any of us know how to deal with. I know in my own business we've been confronted with issues, so
yeah,
I think you guys have done a pretty good job all in all.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, I think I think there's some things we've made questionable decisions, but again, as the guy running the company, all I can do is do what I think makes the most sense, make mistakes, and I'm going to be upfront and open about it because I think that's the only way I know to do this, is to bring everyone along on the journey that I'm on and in hopes of building a better company and a community that everyone wants to be a part of. So it's been a really it's been an interesting 2020. You know, it's been a year to forget. It's been a year to remember, and you know, I think we're all just hoping that 2021 is just, let's get back to normal.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to add one last thing
Yeah,
to
sure.
answer Max's question earlier, why I like Monster Bass. Another reason is I don't get to talk to the owners of the other companies. They don't interact. They don't reach out in the comments section and engage.
Mm-hmm.
And you do. So again, I appreciate that. You're listening to us.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that, and I appreciate. Listen, I appreciate the what you do, because you know, if it weren't for you and everyone else that has an opinion and a channel and wants the opportunity to you know, to grow their channels by doing unboxing and product reviews, you know, we'd be in a different place. So I want to say thank you to you as well. And listen, not every box is gonna make you happy. Not every box is gonna make anyone happy. So my job is to just like take the feedback, take the opinions, take the ones that are in my mind constructive, and act upon those, and those that just want to be, you know, I want to complain, just let them go, because I can't make everybody happy. So
Well, at least you're listening though, Rick. So
I appreciate it. If you could give me, you know, feedback and give me advice on how to make Monster Bass a better experience, because here's the thing that drives me as the business owner crazy, and maybe that's partly because I know the ins and outs of the industry. Like, I'll give you a good example. When someone compares like a Monster Bass box against, say, a Mystery Elite, there's no way in my mind, unless Mystery drops the ball, that my box can be better. And that's in my mind, because you're spending more money, right? Anytime you're going to spend more money, I can give you more value. So in what I see all the time is, I typically see, well, this box is 48, this one's 52, so the 52 must be better. There's a whole bunch of nuances that go into why that may or may not be true in my opinion, but it doesn't matter. I want to make this more than just a box that someone opens up and says, yeah, I love the baits and it's worth $52. I want to create an experience. I want to create something that drives a sense of community, excitement, involvement. And I would love to know what you think based upon hearing what I just said. What would you do to try and grow community around a brand in a box? Because I have my own ideas, but I'd love to know what just someone else like. And I know I'm putting you on the spot, so I apologize, but I'd love to know what your thoughts are.
well, I mean, what's going through my mind first and foremost is that you're doing probably the biggest thing, which is communicating with your consumers. You're listening and talking with them. And that would have probably been the first thing I would have recommended, but you're already doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know you're switching to the bag,
Mm.
and I perceive that as a great benefit. I think that's a big step up, and I'm not sure why the others aren't doing it, but I'm glad you are.
I think they will.
But you know, just the interaction that you engage in directly with people, I think is such a big part of why people like your box and your company.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd keep doing that.
What do you think about? Thank you. What do you think about if I ran a monthly big bass tournament? And so, right, every month I run a, you fish with the baits in the box. We give you a code or something, you know, something to identify that you have this box. And
Oh, that'd be great.
and every month you fish, and you're just fishing against the guys in Michigan, because obviously you're not going to beat the guys in Florida, right? But so just the guys in Michigan, it kind of levels the playing field, and you submit your however.
For sure. For sure. There are actually, you know, I was going to try to do something like that earlier this year, and again, COVID got in the way. But there's software that allows you to fish wherever you are and be in a virtual tournament and input your catch. And
Ernie X or
there's different ones. Yeah, I use Connect Scale, but
oh yeah, I know those guys. He's a good guy. All right, on.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Me as well.
Oh,
Been
Max,
kinda-
you're still there.
I know I've been kind of quiet lately, just listening,
I,
taking it all in.
it's good stuff, right? It's like you're back in school, but like you actually like these Zoom sessions.
I do. I really do.
Good stuff. All right, Max, do you I want to be respectful of the time zone that Tony's in and the fact that he's spent some time with us today.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions for him? Mailman's here.
What is it? What is it like getting multiple boxes a month? Like, I know we already kind of answered like the price range, but like, how is it like opening them, receiving them? Is it all around the same time, or is it all like split up?
They come pretty much in the first 2 weeks of the month, and it's like Christmas every time.
Yeah, I would say.
I look for the mail lady every day.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, even if I got competitor boxes, I get a couple of them, and I look forward to them all showing up for different reasons. Like, I want to see okay. I want to see what comes in the boxes, and I think just like everybody else. So I have a question here from Dante. I'm going to let Dante come on over here, and he can ask the question himself. So this is my good friend Dante, who just drove in from Arizona. I'm going to let Dante...
Hey, how's it going, Tony?
Good. How are you, Dante?
Good. Just a fun fact on Dante. Born in Royal Oak, Michigan. Raised for first 5 years in Sterling Heights, and then we moved out to Phoenix, and long story from there. But my question for you is, I'm not a big angler, but if I come to Michigan, what's the best pro tip you got for people coming to Michigan and fishing there?
What are you fishing for? Bass, walleye, pike?
Walleye.
Ooh, walleye. Lake St. Clair, crawler harness, bouncing weight on the bottom so you get that down deep.
Okay.
Lake St. Clair.
Does any of that resonate with you?
Absolutely. Someday, if I get back there, and I still have family there in like Novi, Ypsilanti.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I got to get the family back there once we're post-COVID. And, hey, I can ask questions. See, I don't fish much, Tony. I'm going to be honest with you. I like to hunt. If I can shoot it, I love it. And fishing's great. It's a lot like baseball. It's a good reason to drink beer.
It is. You know what?
Fishing is a good reason to drink beer.
I have such low patience that it's amazing that I'm able to fish, because fishing and low patience don't go together.
True.
So
that is true.
Keep that in mind.
And yet somehow he's made it through the last 35 minutes.
Honestly, but if you watch me, you would see this guy that moves all around all the time, and this is because he's not patient.
Oh. So. It takes patience and discipline, right?
Yes, I'm working on it.
Excellent. Well, we all are. It's a long journey. Well, thank you for letting me come on your show, Rick.
Oh, my pleasure, Dante.
By the way, I would just like to point out Folds of Honor is a great organization. And if you wanted to pair up with them and team up with them, that would be a nice thing, too.
You want to tell us about Folds of Honor?
Well, it kind of speaks for itself. It honors the fallen service members. And
you wouldn't happen to be a service member, would you?
Look, I prescribe to the less hair, less care crowd.
Sure.
My son likes to say it's the Kim Jong-un haircut. I think that's a little racist. Thank you, Bunny Boy, whatever your name was. Thank you for that. Yes. But it's a fantastic organization, and I just happen to be wearing their shirt today. And look them up; they do fantastic things. And thank you very much for letting me do that little free spot.
No problem. Thanks, man.
Thank you. All
right. Don't take my wine.
Oh, damn it! Is that mine?
Yeah, that's mine. Now I got probably COVID or.
Jesus, got herpes too.
No, come on! It's a kids show. It's a kids show, Dante. All right, so Tony, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show today. Why don't you want to tell everyone about your channel and how they can find more information about it?
Yeah, I'm over on YouTube on No Redemption Outdoors, and be sure to come over Saturday morning because we're going to give away a bait. 3-minute grab bag giveaway this Saturday.
Amazing 3-minute grab bag giveaway Max, what are you going to be doing on Saturday morning?
3-minute grab bag giveaway.
There you go.
More the merrier.
Awesome.
Hey, guess what?
All right. Tony, thank you so much for being on the show. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. I hope you and your family have a happy holiday. And
Same to
we'll
you,
talk.
Max. It's good to see you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Ho,
Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho.
All right. That was great. You know what, Max? That was pretty good, man.
Hey, guess what?
What, buddy?
The mailman just came, and I'm pretty sure he dropped off my box.
Why don't you hop your...
Don't do it.
Why don't you... Max, why don't you hop on down and go get that thing?
I can't take my iPad because I don't have Wi-Fi at the mailbox.
All right, just go get it.
Okay.
Hurry up. All right, guys. Well, while we're waiting on Max, can we go full screen?
I know. Yeah, I'll do that.
Can what's the matter, honey? Raphael forged your reading sheet. All right, guys. So I'm going to take a few questions. So if you got some questions down below,
I should probably take.
yeah, no. So let's go for some questions. I see something about delivery issues, guys. First of all, delivery issues this time of year, it's garbage all across the board. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm doing the best I can. We are making a change to who we're using for shipping. Some of your orders are going out currently on the new plan. In January, the rest of you will. And DMV Whisper King, you are 100% correct. I almost said something that I couldn't take back. So there you go. I want to show you guys some baits while we're waiting on Maxie. So I'm working on a little secret project. I'm working on a little secret project with Alex Rudd. And I want to show you guys some baits and secret colors in the square bill, the secret square bill. So I don't know if you guys can see those. Those are, that's the Hammerhead 1.5 in a silent version, painted by Messer. So Messer painted Alex Rudd's 4 favorite colors. And what he's done is he's, we sent these off, and the factory is now in the process of painting those. My code is 1911, and if you're interested in it, now you have it. But for those of you watching, these are going to come out, I think, in the February or March box. I'm doing a limited edition Hammerhead 1.5. It's the Alex Rudd Silent Series, all painted with Messer patterns. You guys are going to love this, and I think that it's pretty legit. Maxie, what do you think, bro?
I think it's awesome, but I'm pretty upset because my box did not get here.
Wait, you got a Lucky Tackle box in the mail?
No, it's just my parents' bills.
Oh, well, that's better than a Lucky Tackle box.
True.
Okay. Let's see if we got any other questions. It's Dylan. Is it possible for me to make an appearance on live? Dylan, not today, but we can set you up for the next time. We might even, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Matthew Morton, the 2.5. I'm making the 2.5 probably for the fall, not right away. Because, again, I was going to make the 2.5, and then Alex Rudd said he wants the 1.5. That's his favorite. Max, show me that. Show me what you're drinking out of. I need to get you a different tumbler. I'm going to get you.
You really do. You really do.
Frank the Tank, that's a pretty funny one. What size hooks on the square bills? I think it's a number 4. It's whatever hooks Alex Rudd said, so I can't really say. What I can tell you is that I'm switching up from katanas to BKKs. Again, all Japanese cold forged steel. And I'm going to take those, and I'm actually doing a secret surprise. So I think in the April box, I'm going to give you Max. You okay?
Yeah, I'm responding to a comment.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why don't you mute it while you're doing that so I don't have to listen to your banging of your fingers on the keys? Okay. Good. Max. So in April, I've got the secret surprise. I'm working on tungsten football head jigs. I've been working on tungsten weights. I've been working on the Sabertooth series of hooks. And the Sabertooth series of hooks, I partnered with a company that's pretty well known in the industry. I'm going to white label their hooks. Japanese cold forged steel, laser sharpened. I'm going to give you a 5-pack of hooks. So I'm going to set you up with a flipping setup that's going to be unlike anything else you've seen. I'm going to give you the weight stops, everything that you need to set yourselves up so that you can become the best flipper ever. Yeah, what else? What else we got? Any other questions? What's in the December box? All right, well, funny you should ask that. Let's just unbox that bad boy. So, December. As you guys know, in the winter, well, for those of you that don't know, I like to regionalize these boxes. I like to pick and choose the baits that are specific to the places that you love to fish. Why? Because let's face it, the fishing conditions in Michigan are different in November than they are in Florida. And I'm not going to send you the same baits in the 2 different locations because that makes no sense. That's what everybody else does. And that's why when I decided to make Monsterbass, I decided to regionalize the country to hook you up with the baits that are going to help you crush your personal best. So, in the winter months when you might not have open water, I've decided to create specialty boxes. In January, I'm going to come out with a Strike King. Hold on a second, guys. What's the problem?
There's no problem. You're actually doing pretty well on Instagram Live.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. I have a new marketing guy, and so now I don't get to do whatever I want. I have to answer to somebody. So maybe I'm a little gun shy. Maybe I'm a little defensive. Should we talk about that?
You're doing great.
Oh, thanks. So back to my boxes. In December, a lot of you have, don't have open water, so I don't come out with boxes because I can't give you baits that are specific to December because you can't fish them. So I came out with the idea of the iCast special. That means I went and I took iCast. Now, iCast this year was a little bit different. Not a lot of companies came out with baits, but I did the best I could, and I came out with 8 products that are brand new for 2021. I put them all in one box, and I hooked you up with the baits that you're not going to find most of in the store until 2021.
How much is the box doing?
Well, the box costs $35, but it's got like $50 worth of value. Anything else, marketing guy? That's Rafi, my CMO. Mark, he's already put me on standby and noticed that I'm not doing it right. So he's gonna feed me the questions so that I give you the information that you want and that we get the message delivered out there so that the value is realized. Anyways, sticker, big one, biggest one ever. If you want to know how big it is, it almost covers up the entire box. So if you're looking for the best sticker ever, hook yourself up with one of these. All right, so Lunker Hunt came out with 2 new baits for 2021. They came out with their new Impact series. Depending on the country part of the country where you live, you're going to get a different bait. I got this this Lunker Hunt deep diving jerk bait. Now, again, if you look at that lip, that's a pretty big lip. Don't worry if you live in Florida. You're going to get the Impact series, but you're going to get a square bill. Dope bait from Lunker Hunt. Comes in 8 high-vis colors. I love this. From Vicious, and again, we signed an exclusive with Vicious. We've got a 100mm 2-hook jerk bait. I love a little smaller profile jerk bait this time of year because, again, when the bass start to get lethargic and slow because of the cold weather, I think it makes it for an easier presentation, an easier meal than, say, a 110. It's just my opinion. I'd love to know what you guys think. Rabid baits. Now, rabid baits, as you guys know.
Wait, don't forget to show Instagram also. They're complaining.
Man, guys, this used to be my company. I could do whatever I wanted. Now I can't. Fine. Here, rabid baits. These are foxtails. These are Ned heads. These things are great for this time of year. And of course, I hooked you guys. I called my friends Corey up at Super K in Wisconsin. Hooked you up with a full pack of Ned heads to pair with these 2. So again, they pair together. It's perfect. Speaking of a Senko, made in America from Excite Baits. This is a high floating Senko. Lots of salt. First time they've ever made one of these. I wanted to hook this up. Now, we talked about my flipping box. I wanted to put this bait in it, but we purchased it before I came up with the idea of the flipping box, so I kind of screwed that up. So, This is called the BFE. It's from Big Bite Baits. It's BFE, best flipper ever. Whatever. It's great marketing. Their idea, not mine. But it's in the box. You're going to get it. Dope bait. Last but not least, 2 baits. Our good friend Kelly Barefoot at Catch Outdoors. You guys know Catch Outdoors. They're all over Tackle Warehouse. He's got the zero gravity jig. He's got some other baits. He came out with his toad. This is the saber toad, for those of you not at home. Now, I know you're thinking, toad, it's not the time of year, but listen, for a lot of you guys, you can't fish anyways. This is a 65 millimeter toad, hollow body. This thing is gonna displace water. So. First of all, it's got really cool. The product, it's probably one of the most supple frogs I've ever seen in my life. The bass is going to touch that thing and it's going to compress and it's going to get a bigger hook set. And then I asked Kelly, I'm like, what about the water? Like, is this thing going to suck on water or not? And he said, not a chance. I trust him. He makes great products. And then last but not least, and this is one I'm so excited about, I'm going to show my friends at Instagram first, from Bass Hick. Look at the paint job on that thing. Look at the lip. It's an L-shaped lip. It goes 0 to 3 feet. So don't get scared about the size. It's 100 millimeters. It dives 0 to 3 inches, half-ounce weight. You guys at home, boom. Brand new for 2021. It will not be in a retail store until 2021, except for about 4 different online retailers. Smaller players, though, don't worry. Look at that thing. I can't wait for you guys to see this. Must-add hooks. Dope little bait. So in terms of the box, it's a great setup. Next month it's going to be Strike King BioBait Takeover. Strike King's going to handle all the hard baits. BioBait's going to handle all the soft plastics. You're going to love it. And, yeah. So let's just see what we got here. Woo-wee. You should just call it a stick bait. Senko is the Yamamoto. That's a fair comment. I don't know. What do you guys think? Stick bait or Senko? I mean, it's kind of like... there was a company that came out with the idea of the jerk bait, and some call it jerk bait, some call it a rip bait. Which one is it? I don't know. Do you guys think that Yamamoto should get credit for calling it the Senko and no one else can call it a Senko? It's a really interesting thing, Chris.
I think it's the style of the bait.
Can you bring Maxie on? Yeah, but Max, isn't a Senko and a stick bait the same thing?
Yeah, but when a company creates that bait, they're creating the new style of bait. So other companies, they can't brand it, but people who are so used to just saying Senko, 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 they just want to call it a Senko.
Yeah. So if Strike King comes out with a worm that looks like a Senko, can't they call it a Senko?
No, they can't.
So they got to call it the Ocho?
Yeah.
Ocho Senko? Nice.
That's what they call it, the Ocho. It's interesting.
But
I wonder if that was by design.
Was the original, so people are just used to calling a stick bait a Senko.
Max, what's on your Christmas list?
Too many things.
Some clothes?
A camera for YouTube is probably one of the biggest things, but that's really expensive, so
hey, Max,
probably won't get it.
Let me ask you a question. You have a GoPro?
I have a faux pro. It's a fake GoPro.
All right. Max, how much would it cost me for you to wear that bunny suit every day for the next week? And for you to document it on YouTube and Instagram?
A camera.
What kind of camera?
A Canon GX7.
Whoa, bro. Is that better than mine? I don't know. Canon GX7. What do those run?
$600.
And what would you do with this Canon GX7?
It would be my YouTube camera, so I have better quality.
How often are you posting on YouTube?
I'm dedicating to posting more, but it's hard with the virus and online school. But dedicating to posting more.
All right, so Max, let's you're my sidekick here.
Yep.
If what would you be able? Tell me, if you had this camera, what would it allow you to do for your YouTube career?
It would allow me to post better content. It would allow me to post more content. How often? All
right, here's what I need from you, Max. Do you think that you can teach people how to fish?
Oh yeah.
Okay, here's what I'd like. Can you on Saturday? You have plans on Saturday?
Don't think so.
All right. Could you go fishing on Saturday?
Probably.
Could your mom go on Saturday and hold the camera?
Probably.
Okay, here's what I'd like. I'd like you to head down to the water.
Okay.
And I'd like you to pick any bait that you want. And I'd like you to teach me how to use it. And be serious about it. Like, hey guys, this is Rick, and here we are today, and I'm going to be fishing with the 1.5 silent square bill from Monsterbass. I love this bait because blank, and this is how I'm going to fish it.
Okay.
And I'd like you to do it in the bunny suit.
Okay.
Okay? And then here's what we're going to do. If you can make me a solid bait, or a solid video, I'm going to put together a plan. Actually, Rafi's going to put together a plan for you.
Is Rafi staring at you right now with like dead eyes?
He is.
I actually am.
Yeah.
So here's the deal, Max. I'm going to put together a plan for you. Sorry. Rafi's going to put together a plan for you that gets you the camera that you just asked for.
Okay. So Saturday, good
not
video.
Really the response I expected. I kind of thought he'd be a little more excited.
I am. Like,
Max, we're buying you like a $700 camera.
I know. Like,
okay.
You know what?
So Max, here.
I'm so excited I can hop around.
Should Rick have a bunny suit?
I think Max just fell over. He's like, oh. All right, Max. All right, Max.
See how excited I am?
Yeah. Okay, so everybody wants to see the video of you in the bunny suit teaching me how to fish, or teaching someone how to fish.
I can do it.
Okay. I want you to shoot me no more than 4-minute video.
4 minutes?
No more.
Okay.
Like let's be quick. I want you to write me a quick bullet point script. Like, this is what.
Is this going on your channel or mine?
Oh no, this is going on you. Well, that's a good question.
Both.
Probably gonna go on ours, Max.
I'm down.
I know you're down. Okay, so here's what I need. I need you to send me a script. After the show, you're gonna write down the bullet points. Intro. These are the main points of the video that I'm gonna. These are the main points that I'm gonna teach you. Little bit about each point. Done. You're gonna send that to Rafi.
Okay.
And then you're gonna shoot that video. We're gonna approve the script. You're gonna shoot the video on Saturday or Sunday and have it to me by end of business and end of day on Sunday. Now you don't celebrate Hanukkah, do you?
No.
Okay. No.
I don't think so, at least. Mom, Dad, I know you're watching. Do I celebrate Hanukkah? I don't know.
Wait a minute. Your parents are watching right now?
Oh, yeah, they're always watching.
Do they know that you voted for Trump? Now, your mom didn't vote for Trump. She voted for Biden, right? So how does that go over in your household? You got a divided household.
We all like to have our own opinions.
Fair enough. All right, buddy. Listen. So, Mom, if you're watching, we really appreciate you letting your son be on my show. I know it's a big leap of faith because you guys have never met me, and you're like, wait a minute, I got like a 13-year-old hanging out, collaborating with a bunch of adults, and sometimes we're age appropriate, and sometimes we may or may not be. But we totally respect your son. We love the fact that he's on the show. He provides value, and we think he's learning some really good life lessons. And he gets to be a part of something special. So we're dead serious about this. We would love to put a plan in place and that gets your son this camera that he wants, so that he can grow his channel and follow in his dreams and grow the way that he wants to. And I think that this is a really good start. So if you can help him out, we'd appreciate it. And we'll go from there. What do you say there, homie? Good?
I say, sounds like a great plan.
All right, great. What do you say we wrap this show up? It's been an hour.
What do you say we put a joke first?
A what?
Like a funny story real quick. Since it
You have
it
one?
comes...
Is it funnier than you wearing a pink bunny suit?
Kind of.
Oh, well, then please, the floor is yours. Can you take me and give him the whole
I know
thing?
you just said, like, how,
Okay, right.
you know, my parents never really met you. They're letting me do a show with you guys. And sometimes it's not age appropriate. Sometimes it is. But, you know, I'm around that environment sometimes, too. So it's
Well, you
okay.
do have strip club lighting in
I do.
your bedroom.
Well, my uncle is, like, a big tech guy.
Okay.
So, like, when I told them that I was going to be on a podcast with you,
Yeah.
my uncle got on our computer and was, like, searching up your name. And I'm like, Brad. Like, my uncle's name is Brad. I'm like, Brad, he is harmless. Like, I've known him for a couple of weeks. And he's looking up, like, law systems in California. And I'm like, oh, my God. The worst thing you're going to find on this guy is maybe, like, running a red light. And
You're like the definition of To Catch a Predator right now. Right? What are you talking about? I've known him for at least 2 weeks. He's a great guy. Okay, keep going, Max.
No, and then he was just searching, like, he was like, do you know where he lived when he was younger? I was like, somewhere in New York. And he's looking up law systems in New York. And I'm just like, you are, like, such, like, you're more creepier than him, looking up everything this man has done. He never even found anything. Max,
let's just be clear for just a second. What you said, it was your uncle?
Yeah.
Your uncle 100% did the right thing.
Oh, yeah.
No. Let's just be clear. He 100% did the right thing. If my son, who I think is a really, like, old soul, like, my son's 15 years old, lives in the back house. He's got a refrigerator full of beer, okay? Because I keep all our alcohol in the guest house. My son never drinks it, and trust me when I tell you, I know every kid out there is like, oh, no way, he's totally drinking it. Trust me when I tell you, he doesn't drink it.
No.
He's more mature than me. If my son told me he was collaborating with, like, a 50-year-old guy on some podcast, I'd be like, what in God's name are you talking about? Who is it? I'm doing a background check. So when I tell you that when you told your uncle that you've known me for all of 2 weeks and he decided to do all that, I say kudos. You got a good support system around you, and you should be grateful and thankful that
I definitely am.
he did all that stuff. So don't give him too much trouble. Maybe give him a hug and say thanks a lot next time you see him.
Definitely will.
All right. Hold on a second. Hold on.
What's up?
It's Messer. Messer, what's up?
Not a whole lot. What are you up to?
Well, we're just live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and everything. What are you doing?
I'm driving down the road. For some reason, I just got your email. I was trying to call you back, buddy, see what was going on, see if you've got those baits.
Yeah, they came in the mail yesterday. I just showed them to people. They only like 2 out of the 4.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
I don't know about it either. So now may not be the best time. Oh, Tyler Allison's like, that's Max's uncle calling.
Look, my uncle just commented.
Am I in the family now?
Richard DeLay is like, it's the state police. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. So, Messer, we're online with Max. Max is in a pink bunny suit. We grabbed the mail, Dante, from the... We grabbed the mail from him so
he hasn't shot his eye on you.
So professional, this show.
We found Brad, the uncle.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Rick,
Yeah.
you look like a pink nightmare.
Yeah.
He is on the comments. He's
Oh.
the Buddha profile picture.
Yeah, Bradley Anderson.
Yeah. Anyways, so listen, we're all good on the stuff. I got the baits. I send him off. He's gonna send us samples, and once he has the samples, I'll send it to him. I'll send it to you, and you can take a look at the Alex Rudd edition.
Awesome.
So.
Super excited. I know those are going to work.
I know they're going to work too. Guys, for everybody out there, this is like, we're blessed with royalty. We got Zachary Messer from Messer Baits on the phone. He wasn't even scheduled to be on the show. Here we are showing his baits. The guy shows up. It's kind of like he's got ESP or something. Must be whatever they're feeding him down in the water in Tennessee and Kentucky.
Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah.
I know one thing. Rudd and I, we after he picked out the patterns and I picked out patterns, it was kind of crazy. 3 of the 4 were literally, it was like we were in sync with each other, and we hadn't even talked about it yet. So we're super excited about that. It's crazy, you know, that he's a long way from me, but we still have the same taste in baits. So I was super excited about that. You know, I know on the east side, they're gonna absolutely kill, and everywhere else that bluegill pattern. I'm sure that's one they liked, right?
I don't get it. They don't really taste good. You and Rudd both have the same taste?
Oh yeah.
That's weird, but whatever.
Mute yourself.
Oh my God,
you're busy, so maybe I can call you back at a different time.
All right, why don't we do that?
All right.
Don't worry, for the last 3 minutes and 29 seconds, you've been on our live stream, so you should go home and watch it. It's at the.
I would definitely watch it.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see you, Rick.
All right, bye. Well, see, that was Messer from Messer Patterns. See, I mean, you never know who's going to show up. It's kind of exciting, and so let's see. Oh, it's Gabe. Gabe is there. Let's see. I think we're pretty good. All right, guys. Well, listen, Max, I just want to say one thing before we end for the year, because our producer, this guy right here.
Come on in, Jared. Bring it in.
So this is Jared. Jared, this is our producer. He produces the show. Without him, it wouldn't be possible. So thanks a lot. He's taking a couple weeks off. I think he's going to go and, I don't know, do something with his girlfriend and
take some pictures.
Probably take some pictures, none of which you'll ever get to see. But we're probably not going to have another show for a couple weeks. And so, I just want to say I've had a really good time with you, Max. You've been a pleasant surprise. When we asked you to be on the show, I had no idea what to expect. I think you fit right in. I think it's been a lot of fun having you on the show. I love a kid's perspective, and I hope that you and your family have a happy holiday. And
you too. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's.
Yeah, Kwanzaa and all that other stuff.
Yep, Chinese New Year's.
Well, that's not for another month or two, but good job.
Oh. Oops.
Yeah.
Hey Max. I'm going to get you a commercial for Gold Bond, just FYI.
Oh, my God.
All right, so Max, I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to let you go. So, because I'm sure that you got to take off that bunny suit because it's got to be pretty hot.
You think it's not? I'm like sweating if I keep the hood up.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'll say goodnight to you and appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, bye.
I just want to say something really quick before
I leave. Wait, Max. All right, go ahead. Say it now. You're back on screen.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Everything, all the jolly, merry things. Make sure to tune into my Instagram because I'll be doing some lives throughout the Christmas season while we're not doing all the podcasts and giving you some updates and showing you some of the awesome presents I got from Santa Claus.
All right, buddy.
All right.
I'll see you later, buddy. All right?
See ya.
All right, take care. All right, guys. Listen, that was a great show, man. It was way better than I expected. I think that Max in the bunny suit is what made it for me. I mean, listen, there's no question that Tony was a great guest. Rafi, I'll see you later. I guess I'll see you tomorrow, right? Rafi's got to leave. So for those of you that made it through the entire hour and 10 minutes, I want to say thank you. It's been one heck of a year. The podcast has been kind of new for us. You know, it's a work in progress, and every month I think we get a little bit more polished. I think we get a better finished product, and we do it for you guys. If you have any suggestions on how to make this show better, or any suggestions on how to make Monsterbass a better community and an experience as a whole, I encourage you to email us at marketing@monsterbass.com. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, because it's without your subscriptions that and following us that is going to make our show up a little bit higher in the rankings. It's going to help you make sure that you never miss out on us. And my dog will at some point probably quiet down. So listen, on behalf of my family, I hope you and your families have a very happy holiday, a super happy and healthy new year, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks a lot.